This goes to her credibility as a woman, coming up with these allegations that if they're not accurate, it just detracts from every genuine victim who actually faces this sort of treatment.
She laughs and says, oh, did you get beard on me? She doesn't say, oh my God, you nuzzled me and said that I smell good. That she accuses him of doing something, which then when you hear the full context is an absolute nothing burger. This is what she's done throughout, so that she could then leak it to the Times, so she could start to rehabilitate her reputation, which got smeared because she turned out to be not a very nice person. Now he needs to be shut down to protect her. This is very unfair to poor Blake.
I don't know. And my nose is so big.
See, I was hoping that we could address it. It's not too late. Just gotta shut down. Gotta call an insurance month and just deal with that. I know. Just kidding.
No, it's true. That's why we hired Jenny's Lee, too. Our noses matched.
Just here's yet another one. She wants us to believe this is actionable harassment, what we just witnessed there. You tell me whether that's what that looks like to you. Well, guess what?
Welcome back to Tea Time with Tina. Hey there, drama detectives and pop culture philosophers. If you're craving a Hollywood hullabaloo loaded with allegations, counter-accusations, and downright outrageous twists, you've come to the right place. I'm about to serve up some piping hot tea on Blake Lively's monumental blow-up with Justin Baldoni, a story so tangled, it makes a pretzel look like a straight line. Now, real quick, before we start dishing out the scandalous scoops, do me a solid, smash that like button if you can't resist a good celebrity showdown, and hit that subscribe, cause let's face it, I'm nothing without your support. Now back to the tea. Trust me, you'll want to stick around for this because we're talking possibly manipulated truths, rumored revenge tactics, and maybe a power play so cunning you'd think it was cooked up by a team of evil geniuses. All set? Pop that popcorn, grab your favorite beverage, and let's dive headfirst into this glitzy, gritty spectacle. So, how in the world did Hollywood's golden girl Blake Lively end up in a no-holds-barred legal battle with the seemingly squeaky clean Justin Baldoni? Well, according to the swirling headlines, it all kicked off when Lively accused Baldoni of crossing some major boundaries. And we're talking boundaries the size of the Grand Canyon. The uproar has everything. An apparently raunchy slow dance scene, an intrusion of privacy during a mom moment, and even a questionable bathtub photo. If you're thinking, wait, what? Believe me, I'm right there with you. But that's just scratching the surface. Beneath all the glitz is a labyrinth of claims and counterclaims that has every gossip connoisseur's head spinning like a top in a tornado. It's the kind of drama that makes you question everything. Are these allegations pure truth, total fiction, or a swirl of both? Don't worry, we're about to sift through the chaos with more flair than a disco dancer under a glittery mirror ball. First up, let's talk about the fiasco. Lively is calling the slow dance scandal. Picture this. A scene meant to be tender and intimate transforms into an uncomfortable fiasco when, according to Lively, Baldoni decided to run his lips down her neck like he was in some over-the-top romance novel. She claims she shut that down real quick, only to be met with an infuriating remark along the lines of, "I'm not even attracted to you."
When Ms. Lively later objected to this behavior, Mr. Baldoni's response was, "I'm not even attracted to you." Right, and then says, "Smells good," and she says, "It's my body makeup." That's her big harassment moment.
Ouch. That's like putting salt in a fresh paper cut. Painful and unnecessary. But the cringe doesn't end there, folks. Lively also says that while she was in her trailer breastfeeding her baby, already a stressful enough scenario, Baldoni waltzed in without so much as a, "May I come in?" She's basically describing it as the mother of all boundary violations. Like, let the poor woman feed her kid in peace, right?
She said, he came in my trailer while I was breastfeeding. Well, then he produced the text messages showing her saying, "I'm breastfeeding, come on over."
And let's not forget the so-called inappropriate content. Lively initially cried foul, implying it was borderline pornographic. Then, the other side insisted it was just an innocent snapshot of two people in a bathtub with a baby.
She accused his producing partner of showing her pornography. Then they produced in his lawsuit against her a picture of the alleged pornography, and it was a beautiful, artistic, absolutely non-pornographic shot of his business partner and his wife with their newborn baby in a bathtub after a bathtub birth, an at-home birth, holding one another. You can't see any body parts. You can just see that two people clearly are in a bathtub holding their baby.
Maybe weird, but not exactly the stuff of X-rated legends. So, now we're left wondering, did Lively misinterpret something, or was it genuinely out of line? Add these puzzle pieces together, and you get an explosive cocktail of suspicion, confusion, and outrage. But hold on to your hats, because we're only just warming up. Now, you know it's truly a Hollywood meltdown when leaked. Anything starts showing up on social media. Suddenly, text messages, behind-the-scenes footage, and anonymous eyewitness accounts begin cascading out like confetti at a surprise party. And ironically, this confetti might be raining on Lively's parade. One particularly glaring contradiction? Text messages that supposedly reveal Blake Lively may have invited Baldoni into her trailer.
This is what she's done throughout. She said, he came in my trailer while I was breastfeeding. Well, then he produced the text messages showing her saying, I'm breastfeeding, come on over. She, time and time again, she accuses him of doing something, which then when you hear the full context is an absolute nothing burger.
Effectively flipping her entire narrative about him barging in unannounced. If these texts are legit, it's like that moment when you realize the instructions said clockwise, and you've been turning the screw counterclockwise the whole time. Talk about a reversal. Next, there's rumored behind-the-scenes video from that slow dance scene. Instead of a terrified or uncomfortable Lively, the footage shows her laughing, joking, and overall looking like she's having a ball.
We have his moments where
Staring. You just stare.
literally we've done it for 5 minutes. Because I think he would find it terrifying. We literally each other and
When
time
on a sociopath.
and time stops.
Yeah.
But that's just how it's been for us from the beginning.
No, we're like, oh, look at this.
Oh.
And they pour it out. You know, like, oh my goodness, I forgot to tell you something else.
No, I think that's good. You guys are really cute.
I think it's more than cute. Well, the death.
I think it's amazing.
Is this just top-tier acting to keep the scene going? Or does it poke holes in her claims that Baldoni acted like the ultimate creep? Opinions are as divided as pineapple on pizza. Some people love it, some hate it, and everyone's shouting about it online. Of course, none of this automatically means Lively's allegations are baseless. Maybe context is missing. Maybe we're not seeing the full clip, or maybe there's more to the story. Whatever the case, the swirl of contradictions has sparked a debate fierce enough to rattle the gates of Hollywood itself.
And this thing is getting even more bizarre.
Enter Megyn Kelly with her characteristic knack for pointing out inconvenient truths. Megyn Kelly's known for stepping into controversy like it's her personal playground, so naturally she grabbed the mic on this one too. And her stance. If Lively's claims are exaggerated or just plain false, then we've got a serious problem. Why? Because every time a high-profile figure might be weaponizing misconduct allegations, it chips away at the credibility of real survivors. Kelly's basically sounding the alarm, saying, look, if you cry wolf in front of millions of people, the next time someone steps forward with a genuine story, the public might roll their eyes and say, sure, we've heard this song and dance before. And that kind of backlash could be catastrophic. Of course, fans of Lively believe she'd never stoop to such a scheme, and that her experiences absolutely need to be heard and respected. Others, though, are suspicious that maybe Lively has a grander plan in mind, and that rumor gains steam in our next section, which might just be the spiciest part of the dish. Hold on to your figurative wigs because rumor has it, Lively's allegations might double as a crafty way to seize creative control. Think about it. If you undermine your co-star director's credibility, you just might finagle the final say on the movie's direction. And when you're a big name in Hollywood with a massive social media following, any negative press you kick up can snowball faster than a downhill avalanche. But wait, there's more star power in the mix. Lively's husband, Ryan Reynolds, known for his deadpan humor and sharp wit, might be reworking parts of the script behind the scenes. Why? Some folks suspect it's an effort to edge Baldoni out and fortify Lively's influence. Add to that a cameo rumor of Taylor Swift, who Lively apparently likes to call one of her dragons, lurking around as a potential defender if things get even uglier. With that trifecta, you've practically got a celebrity Justice League forming up behind Lively. Then there's the basement fiasco. Word on the street says that at the film's grand premiere, Baldoni and his family were conveniently stashed somewhere in the bowels of the venue, while Lively took center stage upstairs.
Could have been one of the most beautiful nights of my life career-wise. I literally was sent to the basement with all my friends and family for over an hour because I wasn't allowed to be seen. She didn't want me anywhere near her or the rest of the cast. So they ushered me off the carpet and they sent us down to the basement. We were down there together, my friends and family, the people that love me the most, and we start laughing. because of the ridiculousness of this whole thing. And I realized, like, on a night that was supposed to be so materialistically joyful, I was in the basement with the people that I love the most, and we were all joyful and laughing, because none of that shit matters. None of it. That's not why we're in the business. That's not why the three of us are in this business, is to attend a premiere like that and be celebrated. We're in this business because we're artists, and we believe in what we do, and because we want to create art that touches people's hearts and souls and can move people. And that's what we did. That's what you both did. And I believe that will follow each of us, and that truth will prevail, and that light and love will win.
Talk about a literal upstairs-downstairs dynamic, right? If that's true, it's a power move so blatant it might as well have spotlights and neon arrows pointing to it. So, are we witnessing a real cry for help or a cunning strategy? The answer depends on which side of the rumor fence you're sitting on, and that fence is starting to buckle under the weight of speculation. Next up, an attempt to silence the leaks and keep further receipts from surfacing. Because every great scandal needs a legal twist, Lively's camp reportedly wants a gag order. Why? Possibly to stop Baldoni from releasing more texts or video clips that contradict her story. After all, the more the public sees, the less sympathetic some might become to her claims.
Why should Justin be able to release snippets to the media without the full context? That's what she said. That's what she did. That's absurd. This person is not an honest broker. I believe her less than ever. I actually disbelieve her fully now. And they should not be gagged. I will happily participate in releasing any further leaks that they have, because the truth should be out there. What does she have to fear if she's telling the truth?
On Baldoni's side, the argument is simple. I have every right to defend myself. Imagine being accused of misdeeds that could derail your career and personal reputation. Would you just zip your lips if you had evidence that could clear your name? Probably not. The whole thing morphs into a tug of war. She wants to manage the narrative. He wants to let it all hang out. Where will the judge land on this? Nobody knows. Gag orders aren't exactly flung around like confetti. They're typically granted under specific circumstances, especially if private family matters or explicit content is involved. But critics are quick to point out that a gag order might also be a fancy term for, let's keep inconvenient truths out of the public eye. As the legal wheels keep turning, the court of public opinion is going haywire. Fans who once proclaimed Team Blake are now furrowing their brows, and folks who never trusted her are feeling vindicated. It's a popcorn-worthy spectacle, and we haven't even touched on how the general public is flipping their stances left and right. In the beginning, the narrative seemed straightforward. Beloved actress claims misconduct, fans rally around her, and tabloids devour every quote like it's a gourmet feast. But then the contradictory evidence started rolling in, and suddenly the story got muddier than a summer music festival in the rain. You've got social media sleuths picking apart old interviews, analyzing Lively's mannerisms, and dissecting the nuance, or lack thereof, in her words. Did she drop subtle hints of dissatisfaction on set months ago? Was she joking or was she jaded? Meanwhile, Baldoni is either the victim of a well-executed character assassination or a cunning figure who's found a convenient scapegoat in the shape of fake receipts. Depends on whose tweets you read. This shift in public perception has turned the entire saga into a battle of who can collect the most digital evidence. Screenshots, partial transcripts, rumor-laden tweets. Everything's on the table. And with the internet being the unstoppable force it is, there's basically no turning back once the avalanche of speculation starts tumbling downhill. So, here we stand in the eye of a Hollywood hurricane, watching two big names duke it out over allegations that might change how we view them, and possibly how we approach these kind of claims in the future. If Lively's telling the honest truth, then she's shining a light on legitimate misconduct that's rarely talked about. But if her accusations turn out to be exaggerations or cunning manipulations, she risks undermining real victims and fueling skeptics who say, celebrities cry wolf for attention. Megyn Kelly has already sounded the alarm on the broader implications, and the ever-expanding rumor mill around Lively's possible ulterior motives continues to swirl. But what do you think? Could it be that Lively's the victim here, bravely exposing a toxic environment? Or does her story have more holes than a piece of Swiss cheese? Let's get the conversation rolling in the comments. Whether you're Team Blake, Team Baldoni, or Team Please Make This Stop, I want to hear your hottest takes. While you're here, don't forget to smash that like button if this deep dive fueled your curiosity. And hit subscribe if you live for celeb showdowns and the cataclysmic gossip storms they unleash. Thank you for tuning in, my lovely gossip gurus. Until next time, stay tuned, stay blessed, and stay informed. Only on Tea Time with Tina.